Heartbreaking moment, figure skating commentators break down on air at tribute to DC plane crash victims. The American figure skating community continues to reel after the tragic American Airlines crash in Washington, D.C., with multiple skaters, their parents, and their coaches on board the flight. Of the 60 passengers on board American Airlines Flight 5342, 14 of them were figure skaters, including 6 members of the Skating Club of Boston who were returning from a national development camp in Wichita. NBC broadcasters and former figure skaters Johnny Weir and Tara Lipinski were both broadcasting the 2025 European Figure Skating Championships in Tallinn, Estonia on Thursday when they addressed the incident. A choked-up Weir began the broadcast. As we come on air for the European Figure Skating Championships, we are all hurting today. We were absolutely heartbroken by the news that several members of our skating community were among those lost in the tragic plane crash in Washington, D.C. last night. Weir then proceeded to read statements from U.S. Figure Skating, the International Skating Union, and a word from International Olympic Committee President Thomas Bach. Lipinski then spoke through sobs, calling the situation unimaginable. "My heart is completely broken for our skating community, their families and loved ones. My heart is with all the families affected, and that's the part one have no words for. It will not do it justice," she said, adding that the skating community will never be the same, but the victims will always be remembered. Weir added that they were determined to make sure that everyone's spirit lives on and that it was a tremendous loss that our community feels. He added, "Today my whole heart is with everybody affected by this terrible tragedy. We are so devastated for your loss." At the championships, a long moment of silence was held in memory of those who lost their lives. 2 teenagers, Spencer Lane and Jenna Hahn, their mothers, Christine Lane and Jean Hahn, and their coaches, Evgenia Shishkova and Vadim Naumov, were identified. Shishkova and Naumov were both accomplished Russian skaters who had won multiple medals in pairs skating in the 1990s. That included gold at the 1995 World Championships in Chiba, Japan, and gold at the Grand Prix of Skating held in Paris for the 1995-96 season. Other prominent members of the American figure skating community voiced their condolences and grief as well. Former Olympic silver medalist Nancy Kerrigan, a Massachusetts native, broke down in tears and said she stayed up all night watching the news after hearing of those on the flight. Kerrigan's on-ice rival, Tonya also spoke about the incident and said that she was devastated. Professional sports teams in the D.C. area, the Washington Commanders, Wizards, Nationals, and D.C. United all posted condolences on their social media pages. The same was done by Boston professional sports teams, the New England Patriots, Boston Bruins, and Boston Red Sox, as well as multiple National Hockey League teams. An investigation into the crash is underway. President Donald Trump addressed the incident multiple times in various press events on Thursday.